Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm so excited to get into today's video. As we're going to get into is James Turner's build challenge generator build challenge. So if that doesn't say enough, challenge is definitely a challenge. If you guys seen other people do this build, I definitely have. I've enjoyed watching it. It's definitely a little bit of a chaotic build, but you guys will see. So that's going to be the hardest part, is we're gonna have to be afraid of all that. It's not a build I feel like you'd want to be like, oh yeah, this is definitely geared towards a house that I want. It's definitely a challenge, and I think without further ado, let's just get into the video. A family-friendly home, 1 floor, 30 by 20. Your owner is your self-sim. Oh, okay, myself. They love animals. They're afraid of wood and nature. Ooh. Must have their dishwasher. Let's do this. Optional, try re-rolling and adding the must add item. Okay, that is not terrible. Okay, so our re-rolled item, what we ended up with is a kid's toddler's what is it? Pinball pit ball balls. Yep, there we go. It was to add that. And so, I don't know, honestly, I was kind of excited at first. I wasn't really thinking about the aspect of being afraid of wood and nature. I've seen Dr. Gluhan, which is another phenomenal Sims 4 builder. I feel like if, like, game player, if you're watching my Sims 4 gameplay, I feel like you already know about certain simmers like that, but they ended up with no wood as an option. They were terrified of wood, but I got afraid of wood and nature, and I did not realize the challenge and what that included, because nature not only means I couldn't do any landscaping, which you guys know I love landscaping if you've watched a couple of my older builds, and with like plants is such a go-to thing in The Sims, so I was just like, well, I don't know if I can add plants because that's technically nature within your house, and I was just like, what do I do? So I was just thinking like we could go with what's it called, eco living type of styled home, where people started building houses with the containers, and we just add to the containers. And the other thing is, considering the fact that it's supposed to be my sim self, I thought we'd go with pink vibes. I do eventually change the exterior because I thought that the exterior was a bit much when it was all pink. But you guys will see the transition fully, and if you guys miss anything, because I will be clipping here and then, we'll get a final tour at the end. It was a lot of like searching, I'm not gonna lie, so that's a lot of what I was cutting out. I was just like, okay, well, we can't use plants, we can't use any landscaping, so I was just like, it's gonna be like metal on metal home basically. So a lot of it was just trying to figure out, okay, like, one, can I even have like a grass yard that's out in the nature, out there outside our window? And I was like, what if we, I don't know, like, we could have built like a wooden fence. We could have gone so many, not a wooden fence, a metal fence. We could have gone so many different directions of like nature and wood hating, but it was just like, where does that make sense? But I kind of just ran with the whole container home. The only unfortunate thing that I found that I really wanted to do with a container home is have multiple floors. It was just kind of the designs I found had 2-story homes, like your containers are stacked in a really nice way that makes it look intentional. But I was just, for ours, I guess it's just like 2 container homes that plop next to each other and busted a wall open and made a house out of it. But we made it work, and I'm not really surprised about myself. I didn't run into a money issue. It could have helped that it's on a 30 by 20 lot and it's meant to be 1 floor, and I was just like, container homes is our solution. So I think that did save us quite a bit in the category of money lost, but I think we made it work. There's a couple of things that made me change the interior from what I like, because it's supposed to be my sim self, but it's also supposed to be family friendly home, and then also supposed to be loves animals is the challenge. So I had to incorporate all of that. So I was like pulling out dog stuff, I was pulling out all these statues, anything metal. I was just like, oh, we can maybe add waterfalls in a cool aspect way, which kind of failed on that, but I added it as like a little barrier in the front. I was like, we can make this work, like, kind of like adding like hedges is what my brain was like thinking, but to divide the space or at least cover up a section, I was like, okay, maybe we can do waterfalls, which I don't remember where I ended up putting one. I'm pretty sure we leave one somewhere. I think that's where we ended up leaving it, but I don't quite remember. A lot of this build, like I said, changes really like throughout it, because I'm just like slapping down pieces and I'm like, what do we do? Like, how do I figure this out? How do I make it make sense? Because I still wanted it to make sense. If anybody, I don't know where, if you downloaded this, I guess thank you. So it says a lot about me, and I'm sorry you guys are hearing my cat, little Java. I am trying so hard to ignore him in this video. If I stopped every time they interrupted me, we'd be editing for a while or recording for a while. But I like them being part of my videos. Hopefully you guys do too. So he's very present today. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, so for the front, as you guys can see, I'm trying to like landscape design with a metal outlook. I think we ended up utilizing just like concrete floor because I was like, I don't think we want grass. I ended up mixing it up with a lot of the statues because I kind of just pulled out what we could find, like the bunny, the female one. I was like, maybe we could put this in between each window. But I was like, it just felt like a lot. It felt really naked. I mean, it still feels naked. It feels like a weird like lot. Like maybe somebody super rich just wanted something different. Is the vibe I got, is like the overall look. And I was just like, and like maybe they were just like, maybe they are afraid of wood and nature and they were just like, let's go with it. Or I don't know, it feels like a artistic concept piece, conceptualized, like I don't know, like whatever weird artist art that came out, and that this is what it was. Because somebody who majored in art, there's a lot of art that I personally find different. I think I use the word weird in the sense of different. I hope people don't never take that negatively, because I find it all amazing. Just different, which I definitely should correct myself so people understand that. But yeah, so I think overall the front yard is basically, this is it. There's like a couple of the items do move around quite a bit. You guys can see my sim self. My sim self is on my gallery. I do have my 2 cats with me. If anybody can do Java better, I would absolutely appreciate it. When I made my sim self, it was when he was a kitten, so that's why there's still a kitten. I did the pattern here, but I haven't done anything else. And if you guys do animals in like very detailed manners, I would love to know. Like that takes so much time and effort, and it's not really my forte or desire to be my forte. So I just never really do much. But Java's like the one I would love to see like that. But yeah, so there was the final look of the outside. You guys got a quick glimpse. I like fenced it off a bit. I definitely deleted a lot of those statues and whatnot. But as for the inside, I think this is where you get to see a little bit of like things I like, not necessarily my style, but the things I like with the pink. We got the pink decor, we got like the anime face. I think like you guys can see like my background very little because I know my screen's really small, or if you join our center streams, I'm like slowly filling my background up. I know I haven't done any art pieces in a while, so I definitely want to add more. I think my most recent one is the giant winter one, but I did that a while ago. But I have also a few anime girls that I made personally myself, and there's a couple of my like university pieces of art that I just slapped up there, and I was like, that looks nice, I guess. But yeah, so you got the bed that I like, I was trying to pull out carpets and rugs and whatnot that I like, that was super cutesy. But I also eventually remembered that I need to make this family oriented. I think I remembered it at the end, which is why I throw in a bassinet. Because I was just like, family oriented, what does family oriented mean? Which I would love to hear you guys' opinions down in the comments. Like, does that mean like this is a place where family can come over, or are we like, I don't know, I feel like when I think family oriented, I wish I added more like things a family could do together. But if it's an infant, there's not a whole lot you and your infant can do, but it's still considered family-oriented, which is what I was thinking last minute. So hopefully it makes sense to you guys when you guys see the final tour. As for the kitchen's pretty naked. A lot of it was trying to restrict myself with no wood, especially with the cabinetries and the decorations especially. I wouldn't be surprised if when we do this tour, I find something with wood, because I think nearing the end, I was definitely slipping up a bit. And I don't think this was our first build of the day. I think we were like 3 builds in, and I was just kind of like, oof, I think I'm losing it. But especially in the sense of like keeping track of check marks or even just wood. And I like constantly asking myself, is this wood? Does this count as wood? Is this nature? Like we couldn't have any art with nature. We couldn't have any plants. We couldn't have anything that needed wood in like the design or the structure or holding it up. But we made it work. Oh, and the fruit bowl, I was like, does fruit count as nature? Like I don't really know. I was just like, what do we count and what do we not count as a sense of nature? So it definitely set up for a fun challenge. And if you guys are looking for something different or just unique or even just chaotic, I definitely recommend doing James Turner's build. I'm pretty sure not all of his is like this chaotic. I did like scroll through quite a few. Like there was like a haunted house. I think abandoned house was another option I got. But I personally didn't want to spend that much time on a big build just because, like I mentioned, it wasn't our first build of the day, and I kind of just wanted something to fill in the last hour. So I was like, oh, 1 floor, 30 by 20, my sim self, say less. I just didn't realize the wood and no nature scenario would have been a challenge, but it definitely pushed me. It definitely was fun. I think it was a lot of fun just constantly being like, is this wood? Is this wood? And yeah, so the bathroom's pretty generic. I think I just added like a bunch of clutter because if it was my bathroom, although I'm getting more organized, I'm gonna give myself a shout out there and I'm, pat on the back. I have been more organized, putting my stuff away. So let's, speak that in that it's gonna stay like that. But I have a lot of items. I have a lot of cluttered items. So it's just like, if this is my sim self, I'm imagining my sim self has a lot of stuff on the counters and a lot of TP. I'm very afraid of running out of TP. I don't know about you guys, but running out of TP is not a fun scenario. But this is where I kind of realized we need cat litter trays, where I add those eventually. I think I also realized we had space in the backyard. I was just like, oh god, my bathroom is full of items. And I really wanted to use the counters so we can really utilize the fact that we could put items on the counters, because I feel like having that feature now, it's really hard to utilize when you're so, at least for me, when I'm so used to using a one counter sink. So I think we made it work. Obviously, I stream. I'm on YouTube with Twitch and whatnot. So I was like, we need a computer. We need different decor items. We needed a whole setup. So I got that in there. I also had to make sure it wasn't wood. So let's cross our fingers none of it is, because I'm like looking down. I'm like, gotta make sure. I mean, technically paper. No, the calendar counts. We're allowed to have the calendar. And then also for Animal Lover, I thought we could do like a fun collage on the wall. Just something for art decor, just to make it feel a little bit more cluttered. Now moving on to the living room. As you guys can see, I think I might delete the hamster. I don't remember if we keep the hamster, but I was just like, okay, we love animals. It's not just cats. I need to add stuff. That's why we got like the little under the water under the water scene as art. I was like, okay, no frames on the decals. We don't have to worry about questioning whether or not it's wood. I'm assuming it's just stickers on the wall, which was nice. We got like the full-on pink theme for my sim self, which I think we're checking this all off. Obviously, the toddlers play pit, ball pit, however you word it, is in the backyard. I just kind of put that out there. It's huge, and it definitely didn't fit in the size of my house. But yeah, and then I lay down concrete everywhere. I do change that. That one I didn't realize how shiny it was when I put it in the front, so I changed it all out. I made sure to fix it. I guess you guys get a better glimpse at the front a bit. You guys got to see I still kept the waterfall, which was nice. And this is kind of where it's definitely more family oriented. I had like the little tent with the little 2 seating. So we got the toddler pit, which was definitely my extra optional item that I did keep. We got the fire pit, which was nice. So I was like, I think we did pretty good. But let's get into the final tour because I'm so excited to show you guys. Okay, so here's the final outlook of what we have. Obviously, you guys can see we got like little lampposts. I feel like you guys couldn't see in the video. We got like a little bench, a waterfall, the statue, and our mailbox. So not a whole lot going on, but I'll give you guys like a quick little glimpse in the back. I'll like fully examine that in a minute, but let's get inside. Let me show you what we got going on, and hopefully, we don't find things like we usually do on these tours. But immediately when you enter, we see like the kitchen. It just walks immediately in. Gotta keep an eye out. No wood, hopefully. Cross our fingers. I spent every single simoleon that we were supposed to on the challenge, which, because obviously with the little paw prints we got, thankfully works with the whole Animal Lover aspect. And then our glass door, although I got the closet one over there for the other one, but this is for our bedroom. We got like a cat tower. We got a curtain if you want to close it. We got a locker here for a wardrobe, which I thought was perfect. Honestly, kind of fits the style of this place that we got going on. And we got our posters. This is where our little baby is, and the giant llama we got for them. Don't know why, but we're family oriented, okay? We got a little TV here, although it's kind of high, and you can't really see it in the bed. I guess you I don't know. Don't ask me how they do this. They just like to break their necks, you know, while they sit here and watch TV. But yeah, we got little shoes. We got plenty of stuff for the cats. We're definitely cat lovers, if you can't tell. We got like a little streaming setup, and then over here, if we like squeeze our little bootay over here, we can make it into the bathroom. It's just pretty decked out, I'd like to say. In pink, might I add. It's my sim self. And I guess let's get over here. We got outside of the kitchen. We got plenty of feeders to go around. We got another couch with a TV to watch your TV. At least you don't have to crane your neck on this one. And then over here, I believe it's just a second bathroom. Yeah, we got a second bathroom. Definitely family oriented. Hey, you know, when the family come over and you gotta go, you don't want them going in your bedroom. But yeah, so it looks like I kept the little hamster thingy, or hedgehog. Hello, you're adorable. What the heck? I don't think I've owned a hedgehog. But yeah, we got the little changing table over here. For once they're old enough. I don't think I have anything outside of that. But family oriented, okay? And then here's our little backyard. We got pet stuff. We got plenty of litter boxes out here with the lasers, so they clean itself, thankfully. We also have a little hangout spot with a little doggy spot. And, oh yeah, more statues over here with a gnome, I guess. You know, part of the family celebrating. Probably a birthday. Or you tell me. I don't know. But, yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, I was quite surprised we didn't run into anything that I kind of missed, but I think we did pretty good considering the challenge. It's an odd build, I won't lie. Probably won't live in it or imagine any of my Sims in it, but if you guys have a story that you guys want to add to it, I'd love to hear in the comments. And yay, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new to this village, welcome on in. I had so much fun doing this build. It was definitely a challenge, I will say that. And if you guys did this build, I would love to hear what you guys had and what you guys thought and what kind of like difficult things that you guys had to overcome if you ended up doing this challenge. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, and